Welcome back to the GhostRider channel. My name's Ghost, welcome back. Recent figures suggest that 200,000 people have been tested for coronavirus, and 60,000 people have been tested positive for it. So that's roughly about 25% of people that have been tested have the coronavirus, but yet 6,000 people have already died from COVID-19, because coronavirus is just a strain, blah 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 blah. This suggests to me that this is very, very serious. This isn't anything that I need to make any assumptions about. This is fact. This is very dangerous. And as you can see, there's people still walking around getting their exercise. I got a few stories to tell you about people that have been caught because someone was caught while I was in work today. So I'm on my way home from work now, and I thought I would make a video talking about what happened today about the people that got caught by the police. But them figures that I just read out to you, the 200,000 tests, the 60,000 positives, and the 6,000 that have been confirmed dead, this is only from a hospital. So imagine the amount of people that have died outside of hospital. They are not in this figure. So obviously we need to listen to what the government says. We need to stay inside. We need to only do essential shopping. People like me, key workers or critical workers, I'm not sure which phrase they're using these days, obviously we need to go back and forth to work. And again, people like that are just out, taking a stroll way too far. Go around the block, or if you have a garden. Simply put, if you have a garden, don't go out and exercise. Go exercise in your garden, because you're just putting yourself at risk. What was I just about to say? Oh yeah, that's right. So I've seen a few tweets, obviously on Twitter, of people saying that, for example, Spicy110, he's saying that he's really missing out riding, but the reason that he's not going to go out riding, even though he's most likely not going to be affected because he's riding, he's completely isolated on his bike, is because he may fall off and have an accident, which means he has to go to a hospital or a minor injuries unit. So it's very smart thinking, and of course we should be isolating. And YouTubers in general, it's hard to really say what kind of job that they... Is that saying thank you NHS? It is! Hey! Thank you NHS. Yeah, so YouTubers in general, no one knows what their job is. There is no title. YouTuber is still a thing that us millennials, we know what that is. I don't think I'm a millennial. Right, so there's a young couple that's just walked past there. They're just walking around the streets. That's not much needed exercise. I can't reiterate this enough. Stay in your bloody gardens. There's no need for you to be walking the streets and seeing who's about. So what happened today? So obviously there's no choice. I have to go to work. Even if I didn't want to, there's just no choice. The work is very important. Without the work we do, the country doesn't run. But anyway, on my lunch break today, the only exercise I can possibly get is walking around our car park. And in our car park, it's away from the building that I work in, but we use it to meet up for like fire exits or fire drills. So it's just a little bit away from the building. So I'm walking around there, I'm having a cigarette on my lunch break. Again, there's just people at people's doors. Why are people doing this? I'll put it up on screen here, and you can see, look, they're just stood there chatting at a door. Why? Why are they... I just want to go there and punch everyone. So I'm walking around the car park and I'm having a cigarette. This is my sort of exercise for the day, I guess. It's just nice to get out of the building, and I'm more than allowed to, it's not a problem. So as I get to the exit, the other exit of the car park, I hear this car screaming into the car park. I think there's no need for anyone to do this, but a lot of young people come up to our car park to do like burnouts and donuts and stuff. And this Vauxhall, is it a Vauxhall Astra? Yeah, it was like a really shitty beat up Vauxhall Astra come flying in, screeching. And it was two sort of youngish lads, in their 20s, hoods up. And they screech it into a parking space, and they sit there and they're going to have their smoke or whatever they're going to do. A lot of people, they go there to smoke their weed or whatnot. I don't care about weed, it makes no difference to me, but if you're going to be driving, maybe don't do that. Especially during Covid-19, there's absolutely no need for you to be out driving. If you need to do exercise, you walk and do the exercise. If you have a garden, do it in your bloody garden. So I was quite mad, but I had my work badge on, so if police see me, they know that I do work at this building, this government building, so they know that I'm not just one of these yorbos walking around trying to cause trouble. So anyway, as these boys screech into their parking space, I'm a bit salty, and a few seconds later, hang on, so I've put it into neutral. I can't put it into second, I have to slow down, put it into first, because if I try to put it into second then, the bike, like, it'll smash the gearbox, it'll just clunk back into place, so I have to stop. Back to the story. So, as they pull into their parking space, go on mate, this way, you're fine. A police car, one of the brand new BMW X5s with the ANPR cameras, come flying in, so they must have been following these boys from a distance, and they pulled right in, they blocked the car in, they got out of the police car, and I thought, I hope they don't try to say anything to me, because I'm only out on a cigarette break, And anyway, they get the boys out of the car, they take pictures of where they are, the number plate, they issue both of the boys fines, and they're in whatever kind of trouble that causes. But it was just a bit of karma. I thought, yes, you boys thought this would be the perfect time to go out and, think I'm better than everyone else. And they got caught. So there's been a few instances around our work area where people have been getting caught. Loads of us have been pulled over on our way to work, on our way home. But it really just blows my mind. Like, when I'm on my way home and I need to get shopping, because my wife doesn't go to the shop, she doesn't go outside because she's not stupid, I'll go to the shop and there's people there just buying like a newspaper or something, and I think, why is this essential? So we know the numbers, we know the amount of... Oh, hang on. Don't stop me. So we know how dangerous it is. And it's nice to see actually that today is the quietest I've ever seen the roads. So maybe people are starting to listen to it. But say for example these youngsters, I just want to get this into everyone's heads now. These youngsters I say youngsters, they're roughly my age, they're in their 20s. They thought, it'd be a fun time to get one of the boys and go for a spin. But would they be laughing when, their friend passes COVID-19 to them? Because they're not ill at all, they feel absolutely fine, and then this driver then gets it, passes it to his nan, because he lives with his nan, for example, and then his nan dies. Would he think it's so funny then? And that's not an exaggeration, that is exactly what happens. So COVID-19, if you don't know too much about it, essentially the dangerous part is that it can cause like seasonal, it's not SAD, it's not seasonal depression, it's seasonal flu, that's it, which essentially it causes pneumonia. And in people over the age of 60, it is so dangerous. Now, I don't pretend to know all the facts about COVID-19. I know the basics of what they know so far, but it just blows my mind that these people are like, yes, very contagious, or the spread rate is 0.5, which is still pretty high, or so we think. I just drove past a car, and there's a man and woman sitting in the car on their phones. So they obviously just want to get out of the house. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's absolutely pointless them being there. But it's very likely to cause pneumonia in older people. They do say that in pregnant women, it's not confirmed whether it's likely to be more dangerous or whether it's not. I know there's been rumours about if you're in your third trimester, then it's more dangerous, but there's just no evidence to support it at the moment. But that's not what this video is about. I've seen way too many people, and it's normally young people, or to be fair, middle-aged people. The older people, they're locked indoors, they're doing as they're told, and it's nice to see. I just really wish we would have an absolute lockdown for a week or 2 weeks, where the whole police force would just come out and monitor every single car. I wish they would set up ANPR cameras everywhere, and I wouldn't mind them monitoring me going to work, from work, what speed I'm doing, if I've had too many fag breaks in the day, as long as it gets this country back on track. Because everyone's saying that the week coming up is going to be the peak week. Going on estimates that, Italy are starting to, their numbers are dropping for COVID-19, and so are China. but that I don't trust anything that China says, because obviously they will do and say whatever they want to massage their egos. If we were to deal with COVID-19 the same way that South Korea did, and I don't mean the first person that got it shoot like they did, I mean like the dictatorship that goes on in South Korea. Or was it North Korea? Is it South Korea? I don't know, whichever one it is anyway. The way that they dealt with it is, if you dare come out of your house, we are going to beat the life out of you. Of course you can go do your essential shopping, of course you can go to work if you're running the country, sort of thing, but we need people to be scared to go out, because clearly people in the UK are so selfish. I'd say about 2% of the population, I've pulled that figure out on my backside, but 2% of the population are so selfish that no matter what, they are not going to self-isolate. It breaks my mother-in-law's heart to know that she went shopping the other day and she had to drop a few things off because I wasn't doing the shopping because I was on the bike. So my mother-in-law, she done her shopping and our shopping at the same time, and she dropped it off to our front door, to which then we sterilised the bag, all the stuff inside the bag that had been in the shop, and we didn't open the door to my mother-in-law until she got back in the car and was gone. But she went to the window and she was waving to the kids and she was crying. She phoned us on the way home crying because she hasn't seen them in weeks, whereas, to be fair, she normally sees our kids every single day. So now it's been 3 weeks, she hasn't been able to physically touch the kids, she can't touch their hands, she can't give them a hug, and she is really sacrificing the quality time, because she is a very good nan. I know nans are great, but she is a very good nan. She does everything for the kids. She'll make a point, she doesn't drive, but she'll make a point of seeing the kids as much as she possibly. Here we go, a fine example of exactly what I mean. Look at these bunch of idiots, and they're just staring at me, wanting me to argue with them. Look at them, you absolute bunch of bellends. I hope every single one of them gets pulled over by the police. I don't wish COVID-19 on my worst enemy, but I hope to God the police catch these. And the problem is, if I report it, I'm reporting everyone that I see. I'm not, but I probably should. But if I do, that means I've got to report so many people that I see in the day that the police are just going to tell me to piss off, essentially. So I'm just starting to get frustrated now. I was meant to make a video. I know I've been riding nice and slow today because I was doing wrong by speeding. I was doing wrong by all this fast overtaking and slightly dangerous driving. So as soon as I seen the tweets like Spicy's saying that to minimise the risk as much as we can, to mitigate risk, if I slow down, if I don't drive so aggressively, that way I can help the NHS by not being a problem. This guy's going to pull out. He's fine, he's miles away. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, so I want to apologise to you guys as well, because I'm going to be doing the same route back and forth to work every single day, and as much as I'd love to go a different route to work, to home, take a detour, I really do need to stay within the guidelines. The quickest way home, I need to go that way, because I don't want to be the problem. I don't want to spread COVID-19 to my family members. But yeah, rant over, guys. COVID-19 is serious. Please, if you're listening to this, stay indoors unless you absolutely can't. Instead of going out for your daily walk, go into your garden. If you don't have a garden, then I totally understand. Guys, I've been Ghost Rider. Please stay safe. Like the video if you liked it. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. And leave a comment, leaving your thoughts on what I've had to say. Guys, I'm Ghost. I'll see you in the upload tomorrow. Have a great day, have a great night. I'll see you all soon.